Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is Jason Prigge here for Coffee on the Coast. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on this kind of rainy and dreary morning. But I'm going to tell you what, we've got some really, really awesome things to tell you about today that will definitely brighten up your day from the gloom and doom weather we have. Today, I have with me, hi, it's Molly from Foster Families and Friends here, Lakeshore Foster Families and Friends here in Manitowoc. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning.
So we are here today because this month is Foster Care Awareness Month. And I'm not sure if a lot of people know about Lakeshore Foster Families and Friends. We know, obviously, we covered the porta potty races
Yeah.
that you guys did, which was a spectacular fundraiser. But tell us a little bit about the organization and what you guys do here on the Lakeshore.
Yeah. So it's a group of us, the board of directors and a whole bunch of volunteers. We, a couple years ago, created Lakeshore Foster Family and Friends. Carrie Coble is our president. She was the founder, her and her husband. So what we do is we just help support foster families and kinship families in Manitowoc County. And we do that by, we have a foster closet. So when kids need clothes, they can come in and shop, but it's all to help support them. It doesn't cost anything. And we rely 100% on donations and this awesome community. I mean, it's just amazing, like the outpour and support that we all give to each other. But if you follow our Facebook page or our website, like all of our services are out there. And we've been growing a lot too. So the past couple of months, we've been helping the foster families in a different way too, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Awesome. It's an awesome organization, and I know a little bit about it. So tell us a little bit about about the special things that you guys do, because I am going to pull this up right here. First of all, here's some facts for everybody out there about the foster family situation in Manitowoc. I'm going to take this banner down here. Hold on a sec so people can actually see that. Tell us a little bit about this information here.
Yeah, so it's Foster Care Awareness Month, and we just wanted to thank the foster families and kinship families in Manitowoc County for everything that they've been doing. There's such a need for foster families. We have over 120 kids in care currently, but I'm sure with the news and articles that have been out, that 60% of referrals are made by the schools, and with schools being out, we're going to see this high rise in foster care needs once the COVID is done and when school starts resuming. And it's not that difficult to become a foster parent. Karen Zahn at Human Services, you can always contact her for a lot more information. But I mean, they take anybody. You can be single, married, widowed, own your own place, rent your own place. They're very flexible. There's children of all ages and all needs, and anything that people can do, is greatly appreciated. So if it's always something you've been on the fence about, definitely reach out to Human Services.
Very cool. Very cool. And before we were talking, before I turned on the record button, we were talking about something that I thought was really, really cool. And I love it when communities get together, community organizations especially, get together and partner. Can you tell us a little bit about how you're partnering to help feed people in Manitowoc County?
Yeah. So when the schools first closed down, we wanted to do something for the foster parents. So it started off very small. So I think we were doing a weekly grocery disbursement for our families. And I think the first week we might have did like 12 or 14 families. And then the next week it was a little bit more, and the next week a little bit more. And it started to get a lot bigger. So we needed to do something different. So we wrote a grant to the West Foundation, and they loved the idea and, helped us out in that funding. But then we also partnered with Grow It Forward with Amber, and Cheryl Vogel at the Smiley Moose partnered with us. So we networked with all of these different local people. And what Grow It Forward did is they brought in the farmers, the local produce, that kind of aspect for the families, because what we were doing, it was all non-perishable foods, laundry detergent, things for the kids like activity books and crafts, things like that. So they brought this whole separate, part to this whole thing. And it's been amazing. The foster families and the kinship families in the county have just loved it. They're so thankful. We love getting all of the good feedback. And this month we did a couple of different things. The rocks, like the polished rocks with paint, sent those with families, kind of thinking that families would like to paint those and disperse those around Manitowoc County. Just kind of another kind of a pass it on type of a thing. But last Friday was this month's grocery disbursement, and we helped 47 families in the county, which was 235 children. And 52% of those families were actually kinship families. And people that don't know what kinship families are, it's when a family member is taking care of children that aren't there. So like maybe a grandparent has custody of their grandkids, or an aunt and uncle that have custody of their nephew or nieces. So those are those families. So we have a high number of those in the county. And check out our Facebook page. We have pictures out there of everything that these families are getting, and it's just been great. Cheryl Vogel at Smiling Moose, she did Take and Bake Pizzas this month as an appreciation for foster care awareness. So this has just been really great.
That's awesome. I loved it. I love it when community organizations come together and for good stuff, and especially when it involves children, because children really are where it's at. We have a comment here I wanted to pull up on the screen because I think it's just so sweet. And this is from Wilhelmina. I have it on the screen right now. And she said, I think you're doing a great thing here. So keep up the good work, in other words. This is a really special organization. And I want to tell people how they can engage with you guys, how they can actually connect with you. Now, I have a banner here. I have a graphic we can pull up about a couple different ways. So, oops, I have that other thing up here. Let's hide that. There we go. So follow Lakeshore Foster Families and Friends on Facebook to see what they do and see how you can help. And they also have a website at lakeshorefosterfamilies.org to see their services, the wish list, and to donate, etc. And you are always accepting donations. Is that correct?
Right now, we do accept a lot of used things that we can, pass on to families. But during this time, we can't really do that right now. But we do have a wish list out there, and that was an alternative that we put together so we can still keep helping families, like clothing wise, with our closet. But yeah, our donations, we've had a lot of donations come through since we started doing this grocery disbursement too, because people just wanted to help out in some ways. Volunteering too, we're always in need of volunteers. Everything we do is volunteer run. So if people want to reach out that way too, we're always looking for people.
And cash too, right? Well, I mean, in this era, it's like you said, it's hard to donate used things. So money is useful, so you can go and get new things, and especially when you're talking about food and stuff like that. So everyone out there, please go to the website, figure out how you can engage. I'm going to leave that up for a second. How you can engage with this awesome organization on the Lakeshore, doing truly wonderful things. Do you have anything coming up here for the summer that people should know about?
Not at this point, kind of just waiting to see how things kind of go through. It's kind of hard to plan out so far in advance, but end of February, porta potty races. So stay tuned for more information on that.
That is such a fun event. We had such a great time out there, and it's so unique for the area, and it's wonderful. And it's out at the Smiling Moose for anybody who doesn't know. So excellent. And I just want to comment here. There's another comment. Nancy Schaefer, she said, there are good people out there, and you guys are one of the good people. So everybody out there watching, get in touch with Lakeshore Foster Families and Friends. Great organization. Donate something. Help take care of the youth of Manitowoc County. Thank you so much, Molly, for joining me today.
Thanks, Jason.
Have an awesome day and stay dry.
You too.